Well, we're not vegan anymore, and we're going to talk about why coming up.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to an all-new edition of the Sunday Night Sit Down with America's #1 money couple. I'm Talib.
And I'm Ty, and we're from hisandhermoney.com, where we're managing money, marriage, and everything in between.
Well, guys, it is over.
Yes, it is.
We are no longer quote-unquote vegans or
well, we were
plant-based.
plant-based, right? We weren't vegans necessarily, but we were plant-based. And some of you guys have been asking questions on our previous video, why we went vegan, and are we still vegan? Hey, are you guys still doing it? So we wanted to come to you guys and actually give you an update because we're very honest and we love being able to share our journey with you guys.
Yeah.
And you all enjoy, knowing it
We
as
keep
well.
it real over here.
Yes, we do. So we actually went vegan for 5 months.
5
months. And I will say that I'm actually very proud of us because
I am proud of us
it's
as well.
something that I thought that we would never do. But guys, make sure that you continue just to watch this because there's a message in the end. But that's something that I thought that we could never do. You could never have told me in a million years that we would be plant-based anything, And we actually did it. We did it for 5 months, and I'm very, very proud of us. We actually did it. It started out more as a challenge with my family. We were actually supporting a family member. We talked about that a little bit in the previous videos. We'll make sure that we'll put the link in the description box below. But it was more of a support challenge that we were doing. It was never supposed to be long-term or permanent.
Yeah.
But we did it, and we actually stuck to it the longest. We actually did it the longest out of everybody. Some people actually gave up in just 2 days, but we made it 5 months. And we had moments where we kind of felt like maybe this would be a permanent lifestyle change. But then we also had moments, or I can say that I had moments that I was not sure. I could never say that I was never not going to go back and eat meat. I was just going to do it sparingly. But we actually reached a point in our journey where we started to talk. We started to have conversations. I started to look back on this entire 5-month time frame, and I started to compare it to a time where we actually changed our entire lifestyle, our entire diet. We shared that video with you guys as well too. We'll make sure we'll put that in the description box below. But about a year prior to us actually going vegan, we actually made a huge change in our diet and our lifestyle. Everything pretty much changed. And I can honestly say when I compared apples to apples, or apples to oranges, because I guess plant-based is in its own, segment, I actually felt like I felt better doing the clean eating. And it wasn't that I didn't feel good as eating vegan. I kind of just felt like, I don't know, not necessarily that we didn't have enough choices, because I was definitely following the YouTube channels out there. I was cooking every day, and trying different meals and things like that. But I just felt my best. I absolutely felt my best when we were actually doing clean eating. And a year prior to that, when we were eating clean, that was simply just clean foods. That was like no processed foods. We didn't eat anything out of a box, anything out of a carton. It was prepared, homemade, and we actually felt like we were thriving on that. And during that time, majority of our meals throughout the week was actually vegan or vegetarian anyway. We probably ate either grass-fed beef or some type of organic chicken, maybe twice a week, maybe?
Yeah,
twice,
like that.
2 to 3 times a week possibly.
Yeah.
And we felt great. And so I started to compare and just make some observations, and I brought it to you and I said, hey, I'm starting to compare some things, and it's just, I don't know if this is necessarily working for us. It may be working for everybody else, and our hats go off to, to you guys that are doing it out there. I don't necessarily believe that, there's one category here that's extremely better than the other. I believe that both categories can have some bad and some good. I actually have a blood type. My blood type is one of the rarest blood types out there, AB negative.
You're a rarity.
I am a rarity. I'm special. And I remember reading some information on the blood type diet, and that was years and years ago. And to be honest, I kind of thought it was like a lot of hype to it. But as I started to really notice over the 5 months, I did notice a difference just in the way that I felt compared to when I was incorporating some type of meat in my diet. And I wasn't using that as an excuse. I was just trying to figure out, okay, what's best for me and what's best for our family. And so I brought it to you, and I started to, tell you, hey, I'm feeling this way. Did you feel this way? Or, what's going on with you? And
yeah, I wasn't feeling that because I'm kind of a really regimented systems type of guy. So once I got used to the vegan way we were eating and stuff like that, it was just like, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. Nah, I don't want any meat. I'm good. I'm straight.
Yeah.
And just after a while, Ty kept saying that, you know what, when I was thinking, it was like, I think we were doing better when we were eating clean.
I kept saying it.
You said
Was
it.
I trying to encourage you to come over to the side?
Okay. You were just having these moments of reflection.
Right. And I never did go back. I kept eating vegan while doing it. Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I'm good. But after a while, what was happening with me was the only issue that I was having, and then it kind of grew and it kind of met up with what Ty was going through, was when we would go and eat out. Mm-hmm. There would
like
be
date nights and stuff.
Literally one thing on the menu.
You know what, hon? You bring up a
black bean burger or something like that.
Yeah, you're right. You bring up a very good point. That actually was probably the moment that I started to reflect back on our healthy lifestyle journey.
Yeah.
I actually went out with some girlfriends. We had a great time. And here it is. I'm the only one at the table that's plant-based, right? And so we're at this restaurant. And the only option on the menu, and I know some of you guys say, hey, you can kind of, ask the chef to make you something special. But the only thing that was on that menu that I saw that I could eat was a black bean burger. I didn't want it, right? But I'm like, I gotta order it because,
that's my only
option, and I don't want to really break the whole, the plant-based thing that we have going on. So I ordered it, right? And I did not want it. I did not have an appetite for it, a desire for it. I ordered that particular meal. My girlfriend that was sitting next to me, she got a plate, and you know what she had? She had this big healthy salad, and it had all the toppings on it, and it had maybe a little palm size, I can't remember if it was a piece of salmon or chicken on it. And I remember saying, whose meal is better? I remember having that thought.
You had the fries.
Yeah, and I had some that I didn't want. Now, yes, of course, I could have ordered the salad without the chicken, but that wasn't the point. It's like I just didn't want a bed of
I want
leaves.
no salad for dinner.
Yeah, I just didn't want that.
Want no salad
I was out
for
with my
dinner?
girlfriends, right? So it's like, no, But I started to compare that. I'm like, who ate healthier? Just because this was a vegan option or a vegetarian option did not mean that I really ate the best that night, because I didn't, and I had bread and stuff like that. And yeah, I could have altered it again, but that's not the point of me sharing this story. It's just me observing that, hey, take a look and see what were you doing prior that you're not doing now, and compare those times, And I was doing everything the same. I was working out the same. I was taking the same different, like supplements and protein, plant protein powders. I was still doing that, on both sides, either side. The only thing that was different was what I was eating. And after, I guess I talked to you about it, and
this time it started to click with me, because I was on my own little mental journey. Like, bro, I'm tired of having nothing. And it was literally only when the few times when we would go eat out, because Ty was making all these elaborate plant-based meals at home that was super straight. I'm like, bro, I can do this. But then it was like when I go out with Ty or with friends, it was just like, okay, where's the one little plant-based thing on the menu? Okay, I guess I'll have that. And that it just got boring. It literally got boring. And so we both kind of met up at that place like, I think it's time to switch it up.
Yeah.
And that's the point. It's okay to switch things up. You should be always looking to improve and get better. That means you should always be in a point or a season of reflection, looking at life like, man, am I doing this right? Am I in the position where I want to be? Are my finances where I want it to be? Is my marriage where I want it to be? Is my career on track the way I want it to be?
Yeah.
And if not, what can I do to switch things up to get in position or get into the place where I want to be? I think a lot of times we get used to wherever we're at, whether we're just used to, we used to be so in love when we first got married. We used to hold hands and we used to
He's
talk
not talking about us.
all the time. No, I'm just speaking in general.
general, yeah.
And now you kind of get used to just kind of the humdrum.
Yeah.
You go to work, you come home, we say hey, and we go on our way, and you never take the time to evaluate and see like, whoa, we lost a little something.
Right.
We need to work to get it back.
Yeah, and how many of us, are living somebody else's dream, right? Because maybe they said that this is the way to go. There are so many people that are doing that, and they're miserable in their lives, And so, like, we have our son, our oldest. He's amazing. And he decided that he wanted to make a change this year. He said, Mom, I don't want to play baseball this year. My mouth kind of like dropped to the ground. What do you mean you don't want to play baseball this year? You're great at baseball. You've been playing baseball since you could throw a ball, you were on the baseball team. What about your friends that are on the team? Are you sure? Are you really, really sure? And I was asking him almost every other day.
You were kind of,
because
you were having a moment.
Because what I was concerned about was the deadline was going to come.
Yeah.
And I didn't want him to miss that opportunity.
Right.
So, and this was something that I thought that he enjoyed doing.
Did too.
And he did, but he's like, Mom, I want to switch it up.
He's like, remix.
I want to do basketball. And I said, okay, how about you do both? No, Mom, I'm okay. I want to do basketball. And then, of course, when the deadline passed, he did say, Mom, I changed my mind. I do want to do baseball. And I'm like, well, buddy, it's too late now. But what I'm trying to say is that everybody can change their mind, right? Just because you're well at it and just because it was great at that time does not mean that this particular season of life that you're in, that maybe that you have to make an about face, right? That's a military term, right? So
Go
you
ahead.
have to,
Go ahead with your little military
So you
terms.
have to turn around and basically go down a different direction, and that's okay.
Yes.
And so let me tell you guys, believe it or not, it was probably about, we actually started incorporating the meat. It was actually New Year's Day, January 1st. I had salmon. Oh my gosh, it was
You
so
had
good.
salmon, and then you had salmon again.
It was so good.
You was on the salmon
it was
roll.
Good. I had that with some spinach, and oh my gosh, it was so good.
Mm-hmm.
But I could not bring myself until about a month ago, to actually buy meat to bring in the home.
Mm-hmm.
I was still cooking vegetarian meals or plant-based meals for the past, almost 4 months here at home. Like, come on, although we made the change, my mind, I just could not bring myself to actually make the change. So I had to tell myself, Ty, it's really okay. I didn't realize that I was withholding myself, making myself feel guilty. Like, no, I can't feed this to my family. I have to continue to cook plant-based meals. But when we go out on dates and things like that, that's when we incorporate meat. But about a month ago, I don't know, what did I buy? Some organic chicken or something?
Yep.
I don't know, something. I think that's when we brought eggs back in the house too, right? We bought some eggs back into the home. And and it's okay, guys. We still have our plant-based meals throughout the week. And we're thriving.
We had one this evening. It was delicious.
Thank you. This entire day was plant-based.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally from breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
It was.
Yep, it was entirely plant-based. And guys, we feel great. But we wanted to come to share this video with you guys, just to kind of, let you all know where we're at, and to let you know, don't be guilty. Don't feel guilty. If you need to make a change, that's okay. Guys, we recently just interviewed a couple on our podcast, the His or Her Money Show. If you're not subscribed to that,
Where you been?
yes, definitely subscribe.
Get over there.
We also have all of the podcasts over on our website as well at hisandhermoney.com for you to check out. But we recently interviewed a wonderful, beautiful couple, and their story is amazing, and how they were able to pay off, how much was it?
84 something $1,000.
$4,000 in 24 months.
In 2 years.
Yeah, and one of the concepts that they used, they follow Dave Ramsey, they follow us, and they know that a lot of people are talking about do the debt snowball method. Do the debt snowball method. That's where you line up all your debt from smallest to largest, and you don't worry about the interest rate, and you pay all of your payments on all of them, but you take all the extra funds that you have and throw it at the smallest debt, then roll it over to the next debt. Well, they thought, hey, that's great, but for their situation, their scenario, they actually wanted to attack the debt that was pulling the largest dollar amount out of their paycheck every month. And for them, that was their vehicles. They were paying $8,000.
$800 a month.
Well, they had $8,000 vehicles. They had two $4,000 vehicles, and it was pulling $800. I believe that's what it was. $800 out a month. And they thought, hey, if we can knock this out now, imagine we'll be able to free up $800 that we can then throw at the other debt. And you know what, guys? They did it, and it worked, and they were able to get out of debt in 24 months.
24 months.
And I thought that was brilliant. There was no condemnation. There was no, oh, what did you do? You didn't follow the steps. It was, hey, this is personal. Personal finance is strictly personal. And when you're living your life, that's personal as well, too. The key is to make sure that you're always striving to be better and to do better. Now, we didn't change our diet, or we didn't change our lifestyle from plant-based and now incorporate meat just so we can eat junk food. No, we incorporated it because we want to make a change that was best for our family, and so we're always still trying to learn, right? Mm-hmm. We're always trying to get healthier and find out healthier recipes and things like that. We don't want to lose track, so it's important even for us to continue just to stay focused.
The last thing we want to say about this is when you are allowing yourself to make these types of change, and you taking the time to reflect and assess areas that you need to grow in, and you're making the pivots that you need to make, it's important not to be a slave to the opinions of others, because it's real easy for you to get to the place where you know you need to make a change, but then you don't make it because you're worried about what such and such might say about your decision. When you are doing this, you have to know what you feel is best for you and your situation, or you and your family. For example, some of you all are gonna be mad because we're not plant-based anymore, we're not vegan anymore, and you're gonna leave some negative comments,
Yeah.
and we're not gonna care. We're not gonna worry one bit about that
He's
negativity.
really not gonna care,
Seriously
guys.
not. I'm seriously not. And the point and the reason why is because this is a decision that
Right.
we have made for our situation in this season of our life, and we're good with it. So you have to be good with your decision, and whoever can't get with it outside of your home, that's okay. Let them do that. But don't let it deter you from what you feel like you need to make, the adjustments that you need to make in your life. Block it out, focus on getting better and improving, and just go for it. It's okay.
That's right, guys. So we want to hear from you. What are some changes that you've made in your life, and maybe you made an about face and you actually went into a different direction? For us, it was actually we changed our plant-based lifestyle, and for you, it may be something different. We want to know. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Also, don't forget, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and share with someone. There's so many lessons in this video, right? It's not just about vegan or plant-based. And don't forget, guys, check us out over at our website at hisandhermoney.com and meet us back here next Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, where you will see the both of us sharing with you.
Well, that's all we got for this time, guys. It's been great. Until next time, peace.
Bye.